Imagine making painful sacrifices for an entire year. You work extra shifts, you skip vacations, and you manage to save $5,000. You invest it, wait 12 months, and you earn a total of $500. It feels like trying to fill a swimming pool with a garden hose while someone keeps pulling the plug. Earning $500 after a year of discipline feels incredibly slow. Your brain processes that tiny reward, compares it to the massive manual effort required to get it, and concludes that investing is a waste of time. Once you lose faith in the math, the lifestyle trap snaps shut. In a culture built on instant gratification, it's easy to abandon your savings goals and trade tomorrow's security for today's convenience. Wealth does not grow in a straight line. For years, the progress is nearly invisible as you do all the heavy lifting. But as your balance approaches the $100,000 mark, the momentum of compounding becomes undeniable. This is the point where the math of the game shifts from manual labor to automation. You aren't failing because you lack a secret strategy. The early stages of capital accumulation are mathematically slow. To reach financial freedom, you have to survive long enough for the math to actually start working in your favor. The stretch from $0 to $100,000 is the manual labor phase. At this stage, compound interest provides virtually no help. Every dollar in your investment account is there because of your own physical labor, carried there one paycheck at a time. To survive this phase, we have to examine the mechanics of your cash flow. This is the gap, the literal mathematical difference between what you earn and what you spend. That highlighted space on the right is your only engine for building wealth. You can widen this gap by compressing the spending bar. This means eliminating mindless habits and impulsive purchases, while protecting the spending that brings you genuine joy. But you can only cut so much. To maximize your capital, you must extend the income bar. By utilizing the global digital marketplace, through freelancing or specialized services, you can generate more capital than a fixed salary allows. The path to the first six figures isn't found in a complex investment product. It requires the discipline to mechanically pry that gap open and keep it open. At $100,000, the math of your life changes. A 10% return on a $5,000 portfolio yields just $500. But that same 10% on a $100,000 portfolio yields a $10,000 slice. That $10,000 begins to replace your physical effort. Your money is now generating the equivalent of a part-time salary, working around the clock to increase your net worth while you sleep. Seeing these tangible rewards triggers the acceleration effect. Your brain experiences a positive feedback loop. The discipline that once felt like a sacrifice now feels like a winning strategy, because you can finally see the results. As the scale of your wealth increases, your risk tolerance stabilizes. You develop the emotional capacity to handle market volatility because your perspective has shifted toward long-term growth. When you only have $5,000, a $250 drop feels like a crisis. But once you've crossed the threshold, you can watch your portfolio fluctuate by $5,000 in a single day and barely notice the movement. Reaching $100,000 stabilizes your financial perspective. You stop reacting to short-term noise and begin making decisions based on where you want to be in 20 years. The phrase "the rich get richer" is a description of how capital functions once it reaches a certain mass. It is a mechanical advantage built into the way markets operate. Substantial capital extends your investment horizon. A small account often needs liquidity for short-term emergencies, but a large account can afford to commit funds to a 5-year horizon, allowing you to capture the higher yields found in less liquid investments. This liquidity also allows you to seize exclusive opportunities. If a discounted property becomes available and requires an immediate 20% down payment, you have the cash on hand to secure the asset, while others are still looking for a loan. Having capital alters the nature of your financial trade-offs. You are no longer choosing between groceries and rent. You are choosing between competing high-yield investments and business opportunities. You will face social pressure as you drive an older car or skip expensive weekend trips. This friction is the entrance fee for the automated system you are building. The first $100,000 is a test of endurance to weed out the undisciplined. Every dollar after that is propelled by the momentum you've already created. But building that momentum is only half the struggle. If you leave that capital in a standard savings account, inflation will erode your purchasing power. You must deploy it into assets that can outpace the rising cost of living. Click
Click this video right here to see exactly where the wealthy hide their money to keep that momentum building.